Hey everyone, Jeff Sarver from the Practical Drummer here. I heard Three Little Birds by Bob Marley and I was listening to that drum beat. It's very, very cool. And I think reggae-ish types of beats are important to learn. And why reggae is so cool is because where in rock the snare drum is on 2 and 4, for instance, they put the bass drum, right? And they use a lot of cross stick, which I turn the stick over, I put the tip, the bottom of the snare, use the butt end to create this nice cross stick sound. So you got to just figure out where the best sound is for you. See, if you go too shallow, you get a tinny sound. So right about there for me. So this particular song, they're using Carlton Barrett is the drummer. It's back in the probably late 60s or 70s. Where he's got eighth notes going, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So the bass drum is on 2 and 4. So let's get that going. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So now let's put the cross stick with the bass drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, okay? What now he does is he opens on the and of 4 and the and of 1 on every measure. Basically, he does this. So that would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, so that's that. Now he gets a little bit creative with the cross stick, okay? So in fact, he plays a lot of E's of 3s. 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4. He also does 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 and does that too. So what I'm trying to do here is just keep everything in ostinato and just try different rim shot patterns, okay? So I'll try a couple that he does and then I'll go off a little bit. So I want to make sure though that I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 3 and 4 and here we go. 3 and 4. Okay, so something like that, right? So I'm trying different patterns. I'm trying to feel this groove. It's not very complicated. But for the most part, I'm using eighth notes, right? So the cross stick now, I'm going to use... my daughter's banging on the window behind me. She's out playing in her pool. Hold on! Wait! So we're doing... 16th note patterns, broken rhythms, right? So I had one going 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4. So 2 E and 3 E and 4, something like that. 1 and... So you got to get this double. Some people like to hit the rim and this together. That's kind of sounds cool. 1 and 2 and here. So just kind of stumbling through that a little bit, getting the feel of it. And it's been a while since I've actually done that, but it's pretty cool. You're just kind of instead of hitting this, you're just kind of glancing the rim, and it gives you this fatter sound, right? So it's pretty cool. One other variation of this is to play all 1 E and. So 1 E and, 2 E and, triple strokes. That's kind of an interesting, and then maybe bring the tempo up a little bit might be kind of cool. So 1 E and, 2 E and, here we go. 1 E. Okay, so again, I'm practicing this on live camera, right? I just came up with this, as in all my videos, an idea in my head, and I want to bring it down to the practice lab, and I'm trying different things. You could see that I was trying to keep a 4/3 pattern with the left, but I couldn't figure it out to keep the ostinato going. So I would have to break that down and try to get this so you're keeping this 4/3 pattern going with the left hand, but remembering to open up on the and of 1 and the and of 4 and the and of 1 still, right? So it gets a little bit tricky. You got to figure that out. So offline I'll do that to challenge myself. But basically that's the groove. You could add a different challenge too, where you're pedaling maybe a quarter note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and So there you go. You can see I missed 1, I think, and a 4 over on the stack here. So instead of open hi-hats, I'm just using the stack. That way I can bring my left foot in. I could do all sorts of different patterns. I could go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, splash the ands with my heel, or splash the downbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You could alternate splashes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, like you could really get creative with that. So by freeing up the right hand off the hi-hat and over here, I can start getting a little bit more complex in my drumming. So play the original tempo. It's really great. It's slow, so it really challenges you to keep the tempo very, very tight at a slow tempo, and then bring it up to speed a little bit and have fun with this thing, okay? Have fun. Take care.